It is the inspiring story of a resilient Black woman who becomes the only queen of a kingdom built on American soil. It is called The American Queen. It's by Vanessa Miller, and she's just one of many authors you can meet this weekend at the Greensboro Bound Literary Festival. And Vanessa is in the studio with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's been a pleasure to talk with her and kind of get a little bit more about the Queen. I want to know about the American Queen and how this all came to be.
Well, the American Queen is, I say, this is my love letter to history because I never knew anything about this. I've been living in North Carolina for about 12 years now, and Lisa Wingate, who is a #1 New York Times bestselling author, a Facebook friend told her about the Kingdom of the Happy Land people. And she said, well, Vanessa, you live in North Carolina. You might want to research this. And I started researching it, and I fell in love with this story. It is truly about a kingdom that was built in America right after emancipation. These people, they wanted to build a kingdom where it was an all for one, one for all type of society where they all pitched in, they all helped, and they all built homes, they built a church, they had a school, and the families just, it was a communal type of society where they just became family.
That is so cool. So, I mean, I would think that it would be hard to research something like that, is it?
A little bit, because there are bits and pieces of African American history that is not available in from those time periods. But what you have to do is you just have to keep walking things back. What happened with me was there was a local historian in Hendersonville in the 1950s. She was able to interview descendants of the Kingdom of the Happy Land people. Her name is Sadie Patton Smathers, and her book can be found in the Hendersonville Library, and it's called The Kingdom of the Happy Land People. Well, in this book, she was able to give me the names of the children of Queen Luella Bobo Montgomery and King William. There were two kings of the Happy Land, and the second king, his name was King Robert. And so I found so much information in that book, and even about a court case that came about the Kingdom of the Happy Land. So it wasn't all happy, but they wanted it to be.
Man, it sounds fascinating, just fascinating.
It's a beautiful story, it really is.
And you can learn more about it, by the way, at the Greensboro Bound.
Yes.
We'll talk about that in just a second, but this is not your first book. You have written a few.
Yes.
Like, what'd you tell me, 54?
Yes, this is my 54th book, but it is my first historical.
That's awesome. If people want to learn more about your writings and where can they get it? Because you said this
my
is your
website.
first.
They can go to my website, which is VanessaMiller.com, and that is VANESSA, VanessaMiller.com. I'm also on Instagram at author Vanessa Miller. I'm on Facebook. They can reach out to me in any of those areas.
Awesome! I love this. I love to read. You guys know I love to read. This is wonderful. You, by the way, can meet Vanessa tomorrow.
Yes.
3:30, she'll be at the one of three authors that are taking part in a discussion called A Place to Call Home, Belonging and Displacement. It's happening at the Greensboro Cultural Center on North Davie Street. The Greensboro Bound Literary Festival is going on today through Sunday at locations throughout Greensboro. Scuppernong Books, one of the places and one of the big parts of this, and it's all free, except for the Sunday brunch, by the way, which is at the historic Magnolia House, which is going to be awesome. Those tickets are $30. You can get more information online at greensborobound.com. Again, greensborobound.com. Vanessa, it was a pleasure to meet you. Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you, and we hope to see many people out at the festival this weekend.
Definitely.